Welcome back to the Anglers Extra Pregame Show. It's time now for the Chad and Bakery Manager Show. I'm Keith Zubro. Today we have the great skipper, John Schiffner.
Great skipper, okay. Yeah, all right, wow.
Well, high praise
Brandon,
for the best.
There you go. Brandon goes away one day, and all of a sudden I'm the great. Oh, my God. Well, thank you.
Well, how you doing today?
I'm good. Very good. It's a beautiful day. Another gorgeous day here on Cape Cod.
Schiff, I don't think you have a bad day ever.
I've had them. Trust me, I've had them. I hide it well. I do hide it well. Right, Mark? She doesn't watch the show.
Well, tough game yesterday against Brewster. You know, it's the second tough game in the last couple. But last time you guys had Lucas Schiraldi going. Today you have Tommy Lawrence. How big of an advantage is it to have guys like that coming after tough losses?
They're good. I mean, we know we got a shot. You know, we know we're going to be in the game with those guys on the mound. And, yesterday we were cruising right along, and then a few things happened. All of a sudden the wheels fell off. And Gar's pitched great. He's the best 0-4 pitcher in the league without question. I mean, he's just had some tough luck. And, you know, we've hit well most of the season. We just don't seem to hit well when Gar's is on the mound. But, he threw well again. And then, just a few things. And, hey, guess what? Brewster's pretty good. You know, they look like they've found their stride. It's just taken them a little bit longer than some of the other teams. So that's a pretty good club. That middle of the lineup's tough.
Well, speaking of Aaron, he looked really poised out there, and he's pitching from behind a lot this season. How much is that going to help him when he goes back to Houston?
Well, I just think the fact that he's faced the hitters that he's facing and been very successful against them. I mean, his ERA is not bad at all, and he gets outs. His slider and sinker are really good. Like I said, we just seem to has nothing to do with him. He's one of the nicest kids in the team. We just don't seem to play well or hit well when he's on the mound. But he's really the big thing he's really shown is the scouts that he can pitch. He can flat out pitch.
Well, today you guys have Tommy Lawrence going. Tommy has been beyond spectacular this season. His second season on the Cape. First of all, how happy are you to see him have this success?
Well, he deserves it. Tommy's, a hard worker. A lot of, what would you say? A lot of, not strikes against him, but, he's kind of small. He doesn't throw exceptionally hard, but he gets you out. And, he knows how to pitch. He's a pitching clinic. Like, he and McGee are so similar. They're like pitching clinics.
What's the best attribute that he has to make him scoutable and a future prospect in the bigs, perhaps?
Well, it's something I can't say on the air. He's got cayones. He doesn't care. He's going to come right onions or whatever you want to call them. That's Tommy. He's a bulldog, and that is so important to a lot of pitchers. A lot of athletes, for that matter. I mean, if you're mentally tough and you can go after it and you can, shrug stuff off and just, grit your teeth and come after people, and that's one of Tommy's biggest attributes. He's always had the chips against him a little bit, and he's always come through. He's just a bulldog, a competitor.
He's got a different personality than most pitchers, but when he goes out there, he seems to.
He's a pitcher. No, don't try to. No. Tommy's a pitcher. Yep. He might be a pretty good athlete, but he's still a pitcher.
Well, he's very relaxed out there. Now, do you think that helps him in big situations?
No question. That's part of, the stuff. That's part of the, just you can't let stuff bother you. Some guys will take a bad outing 3, 4, 5 days. They'll take it right into their next outing, not Tommy. Tommy's going to come back the next day and pitch, and, the next inning, if he made a bad pitch, he's going to make a better pitch the next time he throws one. So, no, that is another attribute. Just, nothing bothers him.
So his mental toughness is about as good as they come?
No question.
Have you seen anybody with a mentality like him in recent years?
Sure. The guys that make it have mental toughness. That you have to be mental tough to make it to professional baseball. I mean, the low minors stink. It's just not fun for anybody. I don't care if you're a first-round pick or a last-round pick. Low minors stink. And to make it through that, make it that far, you've got to have some real mental toughness.
Well, speaking of hitting now, you have that hitting to perhaps back up Lawrence today. Jimmy Pickens back in the lineup. What do you see from Pick first when you scouted him to bring him here?
Pick's a solid baseball player. He's a grinder, team leader. He knows when to turn it on a little bit. The humor. He knows when it's time to lock it in. And again, that's another attribute that athletes have to do. They have to know when it's time to draw the line. And because baseball is a long game, it's a long day, long season, and there's a time and place. And Pick really, he really got that down. He knows when it's time to buckle down, and he knows when it's time to have a little fun.
Well, you had his brother here as well. How did the two compare?
Totally different. Very different. Dougie was pretty quiet, good player, but different, totally different personalities. Both great kids. Is
there a better one?
What's that?
Better Pickens?
No, I love them both. They're just, again, it's like two separate people, just different type, just definitely different personality types. I wouldn't call Dougie an introvert, but he's definitely a lot quieter. Jimmy's loud and clear. You hear Jimmy all over the place.
Have you seen a player with the tools that Jimmy has at his size in recent years, and how does he able to use that to really help his game out?
He reminds me a little bit of Matt Sapicki, who we had here in 1998. Big, strong, athletic. I always get these questions asked of me, and I'm not prepared to make an answer. I'm sure there's guys that we've had who are similar to Pick. Big, strong outfielder, can pretty much be a five-tool guy. Pick runs very well. He's broader than Jason Bay was. Jason was a little bit more wiry, but again, a five-tool guy. Right off the top of my head, they're the two best I can come up with right now.
We'll have to come back to you on that one, Schiff. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Chat and Bakery Manager Show. The Anglers Extra pregame show continues in a moment.